Hello there, my very good friends. On this wrestling news video, we will tell you why WWE will not push Karrion Kross.
We'll also tell you where Pat McAfee is.
John Cena has blasted a fan for recording without permission.
And you're joking. Not another one. Even more titles are coming to AEW. I'm Adam Wilborn.
It's not even one more. It's technically 4 belts.
Indeed.
Anyway.
This is the afternews.
Yeah, all right. So lots to pick apart here.
Oh, yes, a tasty one today.
I feel like we make a video about Karrion Kross every week, but hey, look, lots of people are talking about it. I mean, I think it's an interesting subject to pick apart. So, a lot of people asking, Karrion Kross, why is he not getting a bigger push? I like Karrion Kross. He's good. He did that cool promo after WrestleMania. I really like this is what they're saying. I think he's fun. I like this character. This character is delightful. That's actually the exact wording that Wade Keller from PW Torch used when talking about Karrion Kross on a recent post-Raw podcast. However, he did also reveal a bit of a scoopski on why WWE might not be pushing him that prominently. So Wade has said this before. He said this years ago. It just didn't really catch on. Yesterday, it finally got some traction. And he reckons, according to wrestlers that he has spoken to, Karrion Kross doesn't want to take back bumps, which is a pretty fundamental part of wrestling.
Yep.
But I'll read you what Wade said. I talked about this when he was all the rage in NXT and coming out of TNA. I was like, wrestlers are telling me when he gets to the main roster, nobody's going to put up with the fact that he doesn't take bumps. He's scared to bump. He doesn't flat back bump. I don't know if he's got an injury or a concern. He continued saying, Kross favors one side, which can cause an injury, so I don't know if he has a pre-existing condition or he's just not comfortable taking bumps. I don't know. I don't have the inside story on that. But I know wrestlers who I chat about things when I want a wrestler's insight are like, oh, right, wait, you're correct when you say that Karrion Kross won't be a big star on the main roster, but one of the reasons you're missing is just watch his next match. He just doesn't really take bumps. So this it blew up as like a Twitter thing yesterday as well. Clips of Kross like bumping on his side and like, or just not going down for moves and stuff. To be fair, right, it was a main event match that was clipped. I think it was. I can't remember.
Yes, I think it was Cruz del Toro, perhaps.
That's right. Somebody did post quite quickly a shot of him taking a kick and immediately going back down on his back.
Yeah.
So clearly he does sometimes go, down on whatever.
You're not going to, really fill up your bum card, no offense, for main event.
Yeah, it's not where the big boys play, is it? Although Karrion Kross is a big boy.
He is.
So that would, nonsense. This is fascinating to me. I'd never noticed this about him at all.
No, I love Karrion Kross. We've been singing Karrion Kross's praises for quite some time on the WhatCulture Wrestling podcast, wherever you get your podcast from. And then I saw this yesterday, and apologies to Wade Keller, I didn't realise it was his reporting on this initially. So I went, what a load of bollocks this is. A wrestler's not getting pushed because they won't take bumps. What are we doing? What year is it? Yeah. And then, I saw all the clips on social media, and I was like, oh, there might be smoke to this fire. Now, of course, Karrion Kross has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever, which is either completely no-sell or immediately take a bump in his match with Sami Zayn at Night of Champions this weekend.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Like if he goes and just like does like the Shawn Michaels Hogan
yes,
just bumping all over the place like, hell yeah, brother, look at this. That would be so much fun. So I mean, there's two facets of this. Is it a stylistic choice, or is it like maybe he's got something going on with his back that he doesn't want to do
maybe.
a lot? And
was it the show over WrestleMania weekend or something recently where it looked like he'd broken both of his ankles?
Yeah, there you go. Like, who knows?
I don't know whether that might have been a thing I saw someone saying, like, well, if you don't want to take back bumps, here's the alternative.
Snappy. Yeah, it's rough. I'm definitely going to watch his matches through a different lens now.
Yeah.
For sure.
People are searching for answers. We've talked about this for months now, about why it is that Karrion Kross, despite clear swell of public support, you hear his entrances, you hear the reaction. Like when he popped up on Raw this week, there was a huge pop for him just sliding into frame next to Sami Zayn, basically. Is it a psyop by WWE to get the Daniel Bryan push, effectively?
I love this conspiracy theory. This is some kind of planted thing where they're feeding the stories, they're piping in the noise, they're pressing the button, and then it's like, what's the end to that? right? Because if it is like some kind of psyop or whatever, surely the result of that is a push.
Yes.
Is he going to get a push? This is his first
Well, not if he names Daniel Bryan.
No.
I mean, that was their plan all along, except the fact he wasn't in the Rumble.
Yeah, this
or
is
he
it.
got eliminated really early. I can't remember.
And realistically, Karrion Kross and Daniel Bryan are very different wrestlers.
Who's the better worker?
Well, this is what the streets have been asking all week. This is Karrion Kross's first pay-per-view singles match since 2022. His last one was a steel cage match against Drew McIntyre.
I would never have guessed that.
Insane. Singles match on pay-per-view. Singles match. He's been in Rumbles and things. Various other things. But yeah, he's not really been that heavily used. Should he be more? This is a contract year for him as well. His deal's up relatively soon, so it's an interesting proposition.
I also think he's losing on Saturday.
Yeah,
Sammy ain't losing in Saudi.
Me too. Sammy should win.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
But then he can also, when Sammy eventually wins the world title, be like, well, my work here is done.
Well, yeah, exactly. He can go, I did that.
Yeah.
So with his little Sean O'Haire,
I love it.
devil's advocate
I'm
character.
into it. Like, it's one of those things where, like, I don't know. I can't remember what a Karrion Kross match really looks like you say. Like a big time, like...
Bumping on his side, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, maybe this is all part of the psyop. Maybe he's going to reveal a whole new set of moves and amazing sells. He's going to bump around like Dolph Ziggler for...
Do a shooting star press. Why not? One thing, right? A lot of people will just go, Wade Keller's dissing Karrion. No, he like really put his character over really strongly on this part. He was like, it's delightful. I love it. He loves, he plenty of praise for the character, just passing on information that he's been given by wrestlers. You could interpret he doesn't want to take bumps as he doesn't want to take them often rather than outright.
Yes.
Because, there's a clip from that match where he takes a kick and he goes straight back down on his back. So, things are interpretational. I will definitely be watching. And look, if I'm Karrion Kross, I am definitely bumping like a complete psychopath. If there's not some physical thing that prevents him from doing so, I'm going to do some stupid bumps.
It's always worth mentioning this. Like sometimes we speculate on things, and fans are the worst even for this. And I'm guilty of it myself. Of like saying stuff online without thinking. Maybe there's a private reason for this that we don't know, and maybe we shouldn't just always jump to conclusions. But I do hope he gets a push soon, and I know he is sort of by getting this pay-per-view match on or PLE match on Saturday, but he's losing that in my opinion.
Yeah, he's losing. Sorry, mate.
But who knows? Keep an eye on Karrion Kross, and keep an eye out for Pat McAfee. Where is he?
Oh.
Is it? Well, he's explained his absence. He's been missing since June 9th when Wade Barrett filled in for him. Corey Graves has been doing as much as well on Monday Night Raw. And don't worry, it's not bad news or anything like that. He's just bloody exhausted. Understandably, that man just never stops. And in his recent Pat McAfee show, he revealed that he just needed some time to recharge. Continuing to just kind of catch up on life as a whole, he said, post Money in the Bank, pre-Night of Champions, I was getting pretty exhausted there. So shout out to everybody at WWE for looking out for me too. Very, very thankful. Let's not forget, in all of this work of like the Pat McAfee show and College Game Day and all the other stuff he does outside of WWE, alongside chucking pens around and bantering off Michael Cole every week, he also had a match with Gunther at Backlash. So fair enough, and I think this should be normalised whether or not you're an in-ring worker. If you're tired, if you're needing a break, take it.
Yeah. I am 100% for employers, companies, whatever. Say when somebody's burned out or flat out exhausted, giving them a bit of a time off, a bit of a break. That should be normalised everywhere, I think. So, like Pat McAfee. There's a good reason my tinnitus has been very calm these past few weeks. He's not my favourite commentator in the world. You can't knock the work ethic. You can't knock how, you can't deny that this man works extremely hard and does millions of different things. And that is going to lead to burnout and strain and stress. And sometimes you just need to take a little bit of a break. So fair play to him. Yeah,
I think it's very naive for people to be like, he only works one day a week. Well, no, come on. Like you say, we do all this other stuff. And even if he was just working Raw, there's the travel and in theory, the research that you do for that sort of thing.
A million other things. Like, every single job like that has a million things that you don't see.
Yeah.
So, like, even his show or whatever, for the X amount of hours it's on every week, you can multiply that by about 4 or 5 to the other things that are going on to make these things happen.
Yeah.
It's like, even these news videos, right? They're about 20 minutes, right? Every day. Not the same, obviously, as Pat's show, which is much longer. But yeah, 20 minutes, you might think, oh, they only do 20 minutes of work a day. I was like, well, I've spent an hour and a half finding the stories and coming up with the headlines and all that stuff. And then today's editor, Ryan, will spend 2.5, whatever hours editing it, putting it up. There's always more. The point is, there's always more to this than meets the eye. If you're a commentator or someone who does like interview content or whatever, like he does on this show, that can take days of research to make sure that you're like asking
just
people
like
the
logistics
right
as well.
Yeah,
For that sort of thing.
Flying around. All that stuff.
I mean, like he's clearly like. Fair play to him. He's not doing. I mean, he's probably getting handsomely paid, but he's not doing WWE for the money. He doesn't need it. He's a former NFL player with his own businesses and what have you.
He's fine.
He does it for the love of the sport, which is great to see, and hopefully we'll get him back soon enough. But I think Corey Graves is doing a great job in his absence, and obviously Wade Barrett is brilliant and one of my best friends.
Yes,
so.
There you go. Just like MGF.
And if you want to give a treat to your best friend, why not recommend them to get NordVPN? They've got a great deal with us going on at the moment, up to 76% off, and up to a $50 Amazon gift card if you sign up for their deal right now. Link in the description. Get your hands on it quick before it goes. I mean, there's not a limited number. It's there for everybody, but check it out.
Look after yourself online. It's a wild word out there. You need a shield.
Yes.
And the Nord will hold that up.
To
the horrors.
There
you go.
NordVPN.
That's how the song goes. The famous entrance theme. Right. Okay.
I forgot what we're talking about now.
John Cena.
Oh, I like this story.
John Cena is a huge fan of consent, which is very interesting given his friendship with Vince McMahon, allegedly. He's kind of got... A video is doing the rounds of John Cena getting into it with a fan of his, and he's like being filmed without permission. It flares up.
Pestered, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just give you the play-by-play of this whole thing here. To go through it, TikTok user The Originality Show is who uploaded this. They're backstage, milling around, meet John Cena's meeting and greeting people.
Was this a Fanatics Fest or was this a different thing?
I am not 100%
They've
sure.
all been there, haven't they? Chucking footballs around and what have you.
Cena's wearing like a Last Time Is Now shirt and he's got the cap on and stuff. So the video was captioned, I recorded John Cena without asking. This was his reaction. So the guy's like, hey, John Cena, can I get a picture? They take a selfie, they shake hands, everything is fine. He then takes a photo, keeps filming Cena after this. While Cena's like milling about, Cena comes back up to him and says, I'm a big fan of consent, right? So if you would like to take a video, I'm a big fan of consent. The guy says, I'm sorry about that, I apologize, sorry about that. Cena just walks off, straight up walks off. Still filming, John comes back pretty quickly, immediately, and says, this is just classy. He says, I'm sorry for walking away from you. I should take a deep breath in situations like that. And I feel like I'm in a tough situation. Thank you so much. They shake hands. The guy's like, it's all good. It's all good. Cena said, it's cool. I just know it's kind of chaos back here. I will give you whatever you want as long as you ask. I appreciate you. Then Kevin Hart shows up and Cena like lifts him up and stuff. It's fun. But this is a very obviously Cena. No, he turned his back and walked away. It sounds like he regretted that, and he was like, no, let me correct this. But, like, look, this is a very calm and collected way of addressing a behavior that you don't like, filming without permission, and doing it in a really calm and diplomatic... He didn't crash out, he didn't blow his top.
Smash the phone out of someone's hand or anything like that.
He said, hey, I don't think this is cool. If you want something, please just ask. And they were sound about. This is like a perfect resolution.
It's lovely. This, yeah. Like I'm just going to take all of the work John Cena's done post Backlash and not including the pipe bomb as a heel. Take that, put this over here to 1 second. I think John Cena is an incredible human being. Like I think because this must be. I mean, everyone thinks, well, it must be amazing to be famous. Imagine being famous and rich and what have you. This must happen everywhere he goes. He's one of the most recognisable people on the planet, arguably. John Cena, if you're a wrestling fan, obviously, and I agree with him. Like I'm sure everywhere he goes, fans want pictures, and unfortunately, there are some people that he has to disappoint in that role, and I don't think he enjoys that. Like he's been so good. You see him being so great with fans everywhere that he goes, and obviously the Make-A-Wish stuff is incredible. The record that he set with that, but we could all relate to that. Like whether or not you're famous, if you're having a bad day and someone cuts you up in traffic or pushes in the queue at Tesco's, you're like, fair play to him for being in that moment to be like, A, it's a valid point. don't just shove a camera in my face without even asking. I know he's famous and what have you. It doesn't give you the right to do anything that you want. But also credit to Cena for being like, you know what? That's not as egregious as, saying, sign this, John, sign this, sign this. Hey, or even a dickhead to my son or whatever. So fair play to John, man. Like,
yeah, it's good.
I think it's incredible to have that sort of awareness for someone who could, within his rights, be like, I'm John Cena. Piss off.
Yeah.
That was in character.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good. I always think that honest conflict is better than dishonest harmony. And if there's an opportunity to resolve a situation and snuff it out rather than blow it up, you should always take that. So good. I think there is it's an interesting conversation because if you're at an event or whatever, loads of people are going to be filming you, right, without your permission and stuff like that. It's part of the way it should be. But I think there's a difference between ambiently filming, say, John Cena giving a talk, he's on stage or whatever, and being in, hey, John Cena, hello, John Cena.
Yeah, you're trying to get your bags at the airport, are you?
Yeah.
What do you think of Randy Orton's face or whatever?
There are a lot of things in influencer culture that are
pretty
invasive and irritating.
I have a question.
Yeah.
And you don't have to give me the answer to this because I don't think there is technically an answer to this. How does it work if you're going to an event, right, and the wrestler has paid meet and greets, paid photo opportunities, and then you ask them for a photo just as they're walking through? What's going on there? What are the rules there? Because in theory, they could say, within completely their rights to say, no, you have to pay for this opportunity.
Yeah.
But even if they said yes and don't want to come across as a dick, then they might think, well, hang on, I'm kind of mugging off the people who have paid money for this.
I think you would have to say no.
Yeah.
Because if you are selling something, which that being a photo with somebody, and then it's not that suddenly stops being the thing once you've moved away from your table. I think it's a bit you have a lemonade stall, you're selling lemonade, blah 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 blah, you got 10 bottles left at the end of the day. You might sell them tomorrow, but you got 10 bottles left. Walking down the street, someone goes, hey, can I have a lemonade? And you just give it away. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So taking a photo with somebody sounds like a small thing, and look, with our non-existent level of ZZZ list fame, I would always take a photo with someone.
Yeah, I keep it simple. Wherever I am, whether I'm out and about, unless I'm with my family and stuff. If you want to chat to me, talk to me, just present a £20 note. Out for it before you say anything to me.
Yeah.
Even if I'm at a restaurant, I'm like, whoa, oh, sorry, it's a job. Because I'm, a big deal.
Big chief. But when you turn it into a commodity or a product...
It's a weird space they're in it?
Yeah, it's if you are selling it at midday and then giving it away for free at 5 past midday, the person who paid for the photo has a right to be annoyed.
Exactly.
I think that's how it should.
But hey, if you want to come and party with us, or party with me, I should say, Sweet Chin Disco, Dice.fm for tickets. We're heading all over the UK, following not just the WWE, but the AEW shows here in the UK. So we're doing an after party after Forbidden Door, for example, and all across the UK after the WWE live shows as well. Dice.fm if you want to get tickets for that. Me, Mark Henry, Swerve, and Nana are going to be at the, and Nigel McGuinness doing magic. It's going to be class.
The wizard
the AEW
himself.
Shows. It's so much fun. Check out socials to see what to expect. It's an amazing night. Dice.fm if you want tickets for that one. Right. Speaking of AEW, here's a topic me and Andy are very excited to talk about today. How about some more belts? Right.
Good.
It's two parts to this story because
Good
there's
stuff.
two very different belts we're about to talk about. I saw this report, or this tweet at least, doing the rounds yesterday, and I thought, that's a weird rumour to completely make up, but it's legitimate. It's from Body Slam that are reporting this. They first reported it on their Patreon page, I do believe, that they have had for a while, custom father and son tag team titles, which are branded as the AEW Intergenerational Tag Team Championships. The obvious starting point for this is, of course, the thing that Christian Cage said on Collision, I believe, last week, about being the first father and son tag team champions, him and Nick Wayne, of course. Now, if you're thinking, right, so who else is going to be? Taz and Hook? Well, the way they worded this, intergenerational tag team champions, and the way that these things can play out, there's some wiggle room there. Daddy Ass, of course, is with Anthony Bowens. You've got Ricky Morton and his son Kerry, a Von Erich father-son pairing, and even...
Kevin Von Erich coming back and winning the gold, baby. I'm into it.
And even a Jurassic Express reunion, because prehistoric lineage counts for something here, says Patreon.
There you go. There you go.
Body Slam. Now, original creative plans Had Christian and Nick Wayne fighting with the Hurt Syndicate for the tag titles, and then a turn perhaps on each other. We talked recently about them sort of putting off the Cope Christian reunion, which is all going to be on the cards. But yes, before we should we deal with this and then the other tag titles after this, or should we do the other part now?
Yeah, let's do that. So this to me just sounds like it would just be a silly gimmick thing.
Yes, I agree.
Which is fine, right? Because it doesn't sound like it would be a real title, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no one's going to be there like, why isn't this on the All-In cards?
Exactly. Like, realistically, you could do a match with Ricky and Kerry Morton, right? Or you could do, I don't know, Luchasaurus if and when he comes back, and like a random lizard from somewhere, I don't know.
Mr. Iguana.
Yeah, there you go, cross-promotional. If it was WWE, you could do Deadbeat Dad and Dirty Dom, right?
Yes.
Why not? But to me, this just sounds like it would be a silly heel gimmick that Christian Cage would lord over the world, and he would say, this is the most prestigious tag team title in the world, and it would, someone
will challenge him and he'll say, you two aren't even related.
Yeah, exactly. And it'll be like, He'll present it as the most prestigious thing in the world. Everyone will know it's a piece of trash.
Yes.
Right? It's a gimmick and kind of a funny one. So it's not a real title.
It didn't really get me as wound up as the other story that we had.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
From Body Slam, because at the same time as making these father-son intergenerational tag titles, apparently a long while back, AEW also have women's tag team titles that have sat on the shelf for about a year. I think you and I are in the same boat here, Andy.
Yeah.
We don't need any more titles more legitimate than the gimmick ones we were talking about there, and certainly not within the women's division.
I think that every wrestling promotion, every major wrestling promotion, AEW, WWE, New Japan, TNA, CMLL, AAA, every single company. Ring of Honor has too many belts.
I agree.
Too many belts. There is not a single major wrestling promotion in the world that should be looking to add a new title before taking at least 2 or 3 away. We're talking about AEW in this situation, so let's talk about their belts. Trios titles, don't need them. Nope. Get rid of them. Worthless.
Love the ops, but they don't need them.
TNT title. I like Adam Cole. I like Daniel Garcia.
I forget who are champions sometimes across promotions.
It has history. It has lineage. Brody Lee, Cody Rhodes, Darby Allin. It's dead, right? It's like we're at a stage now where we are combining the international and continental. That's good. You're getting rid of a belt. But there are too many fluffy, superfluous belts. In Ring of Honor, we don't need a trios champion in Ring of Honor. We don't need a women's pure champion. We don't need a men's pure champion. The pure rules thing it reeks of 2004. Look, here's the problem, right? The problem inherently is not women's tag team titles, okay? If you have lots of partnerships, you have Penelope Ford and Megan Bain and Anna Jay and Ty Mello and whatever, name groups, right? The problem is that you simply have too many belts as it is. This is a threefold problem. Problem number 1, when you have so many belts, inevitably, the ones that aren't the world titles feel like dirt. They are lesser because there's so many of them, and every second person who's coming out on TV that got a belt around their waist, they mean nothing at the end of this. Number 2, you lead to a situation where you get to a pay-per-view, and every single time, everybody's asking, why isn't belt X, Y, and Z on the card? Why isn't this belt on? Why is this on TV? Where's the women's tag team titles? Where's the TBS? Where's the TNT? Where's the Continental? Chief, they've got too many belts that they can't fit them all on the show. That's why. That is a created problem by introducing so many of these bloody things in the first place. Problem number 3, the more belts you have, the more compelling non-title programs, the less non-compelling non-title programs you have on TV, because you simply do not have room for them. And then you have people complaining there's no compelling non-title programs, and at the same time at the other corner of their mouth going, but where's the belt? Why is this belt not on TV? Look, this is nonsense. This is complete nonsense. Wrestling companies, I beg you, stop adding titles. We're just killing the game here.
I agree.
It's too much. It's too much, and sorry for flying off the handle a little bit. I feel it's a problem in every major company. New Japan has about 7 mid-card titles that mean absolutely nothing. WWE over here has several as well that I could point to.
Not the Heritage Cup, obviously, that doesn't...
Oh yeah, super prestigious. That'd be first on
big match last night. We'll talk about it on the NXT.
That'd be first on my list, big dog. It's just... It's nonsense. Why do we keep doing this? Why? Why do we need more belts? They make everything worse.
Before we will jump down our throats, this isn't just an AEW shoot. This is, across the board.
It's every company.
Agree with you. The amount of times I either forget who the champion is, so like, they'll be like, big TNT title match tonight or whatever, just as an example, and I'm like, who's the champion again? I remember when like Cody and Sammy had it, but like, it's Adam Cole, of course. and the amount of times someone comes out on like, again, just to stick with AEW for the time being, someone walks out on Dynamite with something over their shoulder, and I'm like, they're a champion. Oh yeah, they're the Ring of Honor, some or other champion.
Yeah, the pure Television X champion.
We all. By the way, don't get this twisted. We are all for more women's stuff on AEW television.
Absolutely.
But as Andy said, if it's just going to be lazy, you've got a bit of tin round your waist that I want.
Yeah.
And this doesn't apply, by the way, to Mercedes collecting all the belts because she's collecting all the different promotions, and it's really a ridiculous sight now to see her carrying them all around. But sod it, put the tag titles on her. There we go.
There you go. Give her them both. She doesn't need a tag team partner. Look, I think there's no need for companies to have more than 4 or 5 belts total. Just like stop this obsession with shiny things. I beg you. It's just diluting everything to a ridiculous level, and I really don't like. Look, if we were in a situation where AEW had like say 4 titles, right? Say it had the World, the Continental, and the Men's Tag Team, and then obviously the 2 Women's, right? Sure, let's have some women's tag titles. They just too many belts. Get rid of them.
Absolutely.
I cannot care about all of them, and it is creating this massive logjam, and it's causing all these people to go, why is this title not on the show? Because there's 15 of them, mate. That's why. Gee whiz. Shall we link to a camera video to close this one out?
I'm going to talk to the Dudleys about this on the Dynamite preview podcast as well, so check that one out. But in the meantime, this morning's news.
Oh, yes. Click the button.
Cody's turning heel. But when? Click to find out.
We're turning heel on titles.
Bye.
Heel.